And we're live at, I believe it is Spa. So we have two 25% races on this afternoon and a few spontaneous events. Let me just get them up as we get the race schedule going. As it is a one-shot qualifying, try and stay on someone that's going to be probably the quickest on circuit, as all the names are just flying around. As I start doing my magic towards the stream link, as it's Wogboy, who is comfortably in P1, and he goes into P2 and P3. So as that goes, we'll get everything set up. There we go. Get that up. Oh no, we're at Austria. Okay, I thought it was Spa for a good amount of time there, as I was getting all this shit sorted out. It's only a one-shot qualifying, so nothing's going to be super exciting, as everything is now sorted up, ready to go. As Wogboy actually didn't have to say, there was nothing really interesting. So we have Zach Cryan, who is the event organizer this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, has put himself in pole. So obviously he's picked some tracks that he's going to be suitable for, as he had a 10th difference. But as the last time we had qualifying here at Austria, in the Masters category, Zach Crichton came, I believe, 4th in qualifying, and his teammate Aaron was 6/10 quicker. So they still didn't do an amazing time, a 1-4, because Aaron got into the 1-3s, but still an amazing time for fixed setups. So the schedule this afternoon will be two 25% races with a one-shot qualifying, and it's a reverse grid for the second race. So it's a one-shot qualifying for the first race, and then from the results, it is a reversed grid for that one. It is a fixed setup with F1 cars, strict corner cane, and a random track generated for both races. So we won't know what the second race is, and obviously we know what the first race is, as we have apple bread pizza stuffs and berry cake pie has entered the thing, as well as Robert. Help-wise, I think I'm pretty smooth sailing. If you can give me your Discord name, if you are in the Discord channel for Dynamic Nights, that'd be a great handful. I just don't know who the full names of people are as well. As the stream link is now in the Discord, we'll start getting a heavy amount of people entering as the drivers are tweaking up their cars. We would also like to say that Dynamic Nights Esports have now got an official Instagram page. It is now on the main YouTube channel page as well. As away we go, and Big Clinch is going to drive. It's going to drive through penalty, going into turn 1. As Big K is looking down the inside, he's moving down nice and simple. We don't have as much carnage as what we did in the 3-lapper. So obviously, if you just put an extra few laps in, a lot of the drivers are looking a little bit more comfortable in these cars. As we're going into, oh no, we have a Ferrari off the circuit in a racing point getting caught in behind, and then we got a Haas, a little bit of bumper cars throughout that second turn. As Zach has already pulled out a 6/10 lead, we'll go on board with Curving Texas here, as he's going to probably make a dive bomb here on Blocky Rex. As he settles this car down the inside, Toddy is now burning that inside tyre there by locking up. Now a lot of these drivers should be comfortable with the track, since we had a full 50% race not too long ago for the Tier 1 drivers. But we do have a Ferrari, very angry side pod, is all mixed up somewhere, and he has a lot of wing damage as well, as we're still going down the paddock. Still very close driving between all of them so far, as it is now just ending into the lap 1 of the full Austrian GP race. It's only 25%, so it'll be done pretty quickly. So maybe we're going for a little bit of shorter circuits, as we have some drivers already going in. So Reedy and Big Chong obviously got their drive-through penalties, unless Reedy's making a huge move here and actually got into the pits, but he seems to be not. Obviously, varying his side pod is as well. But we seem to have some battles here. Lunacy making... There's a huge gap between the drivers now. But we'll stay on board with the top 6. As that is an incredible angle of the cars driving down into the right-hander here after the second DRS zone of the circuit. A few lockups from Toddy. He's obviously pushing the car here. Maybe he's staying with his word and he's not using racing line after each tier 1 race, but the way he's driving, I believe not, because most of these drivers without racing line will take that Esports line leading up to that left-hander there. As we have yellow flags in Sector 2. Doesn't seem to be anything in particular because it didn't pop up on the minimap. But very lazy tail going all types of wide through there as we're flicking down the order. Obviously, because it's a 25% race, a lot of these drivers will be getting a huge amount of penalties. So we'll go on board with X Revolution, who I believe came second in the race last night in Tier 1 to Zach Crine, but because of penalties, he was always going to be sorted out. But they crossed the line with 1/1000th on a 3/1000th of a second difference as X Revolution makes a clean move, and he obviously goes wide there. Pure Gold has left the session. Hopefully he can rejoin, and I'll just happily prove towards Spilly here that commentators cannot send out invitations towards the drivers, so I hope he understands now and won't bark up the wrong tree, as Zach Crine has now exchanged positions with X Revolutions again. Obviously Pure Gold has switched, and now because ACW has seen the opportunity to join, he has joined and will be taking the spot, and he's now left the session, so hopefully because he can't take over the car yet. So Pure Gold's car is now vacant for all the wrong reasons as he rejoins. That's a great sign right there. He rejoins. Now, Toddy is seeing that they're battling, so he gets to regain on all that time he's lost previously. Blocky Rex making a move on the injured Pure Gold. As X Revolution is now just made a small touch on Zach Crine's gearbox. And look, we're about to go into 4 wide potentially if Gaming Burger can just put the pedal to the metal. But 3 wide going into the braking zone here, ladies and gentlemen, as the McLaren, as the Merc just absolutely locks up, causing the McLaren to hit the back end. Irving Texas has retired from this session. Let's see see if Altongi can give us a view. Oh my god, how has he gone there? Let's go on board with SD. What has happened to him? Jesus. Now Toddy's comfortably in the lead from that massive 3 wide opportunity that they had. So his Game Burger is now slowly creeping up. As I think the top 4 are using no assists, as they are Tier 1 drivers, but I think Game Burger might still have maybe ABS on, so forth, just because it is more of a relaxing time. As X Revolution looks to have a better run throughout these top double right-handers, as that Crime pulls up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to be massive in this short race here, as we're already on lap 5 of this Austrian GP. Look at that line that X Revolution takes. So gets the car nice and straightened up from it as well. As X Revolution is now going to make a dive bomb down the inside. No, he's going to stay on board. As I'll get the telemetry up to see why he was doing it. No, he's got plenty of ERS. Pure Gold's back in action, and he's already making moves back on Lunacy. As Lunacy and Plebs, oh wow, Plebs, give him the huge Max Verstappen move on him. As Unit is now creeping up because Lunacy has to give away all those positions just because he doesn't have a proper runner from that. As very lazy tail is on the medium compound to start with, so he's looking like he's going to finish on the soft compound to have a really fast finish. As we have yellow flags in Sector 2, I don't see anything inside of this. Oh no, it's the McLaren. I believe it's Reedy. Come on, mate. Oh, no. As Dre's going to go as close as he can and get that move done. As very angry side pod is chilling in the back of the grid. But it's also a great move for him because he is starting on pole position for the next race. This could be a huge, big money cash move. Now, X Revolution is going to probably make him... No, he's in 0 ERS. He's comfortable where he is because Zach Crine's got that 3-second time penalty. So last night, Zach Crine was still battling with X Revolution, knowing that X Revolution had his 3-second time penalty. So maybe he wants to do the same thing back, as he will make a move down the inside because of the DRS zone. No, he's got to sit behind. Huge lockup again on the soft compound there for Zach Crine. Now, as we go back down to the bottom here, we've got Lunacy making a move on very lazy tail here. Very similar names, very similar attitudes when it comes to incidents with drivers. Now, Lunacy going around. No, he's taking it quite gingerly. Does he have wing damage? Doesn't seem to have wing damage. Maybe his tyres are just a little bit cooked. But Very Lazy Towel is now just holding his line. Lunacy's quite comfortable with a huge amount of ERS left. As Wogboy's gone into the pits. Same with Pure Gold. Plebs have stayed out on the mediums. Unit's gone in on the softs. Tow's gone in on the mediums. It's lap 17. But the softs do not die, but I would have thought he would have done a couple more laps. As we flick through Reedy and James Cruz. Oh no, James Cruz is catching up on the very angry side pod here. This might be a huge battle here at the bottom of the grid as Gaming Burger makes a move down the inside here. Oh, off the track as well to keep that position. X Revolution with a better run out. Look at this, viewers. X Revolution kindly takes that position back. Oh, Game Burger's going to fight. He's going to go down the inside through this left-hander. No, he decides to go and give himself 3 seconds worth of time penalties. X Revolution's in the best position here. Toddy with no penalties as well. So we're looking at P1 and 2 between those two. As Game Burger has going into the pit lane, going for the undercut onto the mediums. No, they're all going in. So they're all following. Oh, except for Zach Crine. He's going to go for a massive outlap here to try and push these soft compound tyres for one more lap to give himself a huge amount of time difference in the pits. Now, we'll stay on board with him. Oh no, well, Plebs has actually put himself in a pretty good position here as he hasn't pitted yet, so we'll like to see where it comes out as well. Because everyone seems to be pitting now because they start on the soft compound tyre. So, as I was catching up on Tings, X Revolution battling with Toddy here first. These are basically the winners of the people leading the race. Unless Zach Crine pulls an absolute worldie of a lap. Look at this lock up. They're really pushing these cars for a huge, for only 18 laps. It's quite rapid. So this race will be done in a few minutes. So, shortest stream event in DNA history as he goes into the pits. Oh, he's broke way too early. He has no idea where the line is because we had a James Cruz special by knocking out the pit board. So this is clearly finessed his time. Let's see where he ends up as X Revolution's going around the final turn here, not picking up any penalties. Oh, he's flicked it off. Look at all the places he's lost. Look at that cut from Toddy as well. He slots behind him, so not a lot of time lost, but obviously a lot more. But some time lost. Actually, a lot of time lost. He's lost nearly a full second, but not a bad. That was all about the pit entry there. As Gaming Burger is still within this battle as well for a Tier 2 driver and a yellow driver to be up with the top boys. It's clearly showing his pace and why in the following seasons a huge promotion will be given towards him. But with all these drivers, they do get to have all the assists open to him. So maybe that's just the assist pace coming out, as obviously we don't have the assist specialist Banana Cake Pie in the server today. He's obviously on a reserve driver list for this afternoon's event. As Pure Gold has obviously re-entered the server from disconnecting because of lag issues, most likely. He is now just in a comfortable P7. So that's not bad for someone that lost a huge amount of seconds towards lagging out. We have the two Renaults right next to each other. We have Very Lazy Towel and Plebs. Now, with that battle at the bottom, unfortunately, James has lost 3 seconds. And Reedy is slowly catching up, so hopefully these two can catch up and have a nice battle. Oh, as we have Zach Crine going down the inside, giving Toddy the Max Verstappen treatment there. Obviously, oh my god, here we go. They're still touching wheels. We'll go on board with Zach Crine because he's clearly going to make a dive bomb. He does too. They both lock up hugely. Contact on the side pod of the right-hand side. Toddy has to be forced wide, nearly off the track. And he has to concede that position. Now, Game Burger's loving all this action because he could happily just slot in once those two make a mistake. But X Revolution's obviously going to be the biggest winner out of all of this by pulling a full second out. They're out of that DRS zone. So, as we filter through the pack, all the rest of the field are around 3. Oh, we have a 3/10 difference here. BKXI on the gearbox of Wogboy here, as he has the DRS. He's surely... Oh, we have a double move from the veteran Wogboy from Tier 1. So let's see how he replies. BKX, DRS, overtake mode. Goes down the inside. So Wogboy has to concede that position there. Clearly not doing more than one move, but who can say he was going back to the racing line before turning. But even Plebs has made a move on Blocky. Blocky seems to be going into neutral, because look at all that time he's just lost on Plebs. That's... Or is he absolutely lagging? This lad needs to fix his internet, as Reedy and James are battling. Here we go. James has got it around the outside. Reedy getting a 5-second time penalty. DRS is on for James Cruz, as Wogboy's only a tenth away from BKXI. But this is what. Let's see what James Cruz can do. DRS enabled. He's not in the slipstream of Reedy. He hasn't gone into overtake mode. He's staying where he is. Alright. Wogboy, DRS zone. Is BK going to defend like how Wogboy did to him? Wogboy taking that Esports line, getting all types of friendly with that back end. Let's see what happens here. Is BK going to move? He's going to give him a squeeze. Oh, there we go. We always knew that was going to happen. As the Haas is getting involved. Pure gold. Is he going to see a double move here? No, but BKX obviously showing that he's willing to battle for any spot he's in. But he didn't forget the double move by Wogboy. Pure gold going down the inside. So hopefully BKXI doesn't give him the Wogboy treatment, as he's been forced out wide. Oh, we're getting into a 3 wide here potentially. No, as they go and slot him behind. BKXI's... Oh, he's caught the inside curve. He's going to keep it. Oh, he's kept it. But then Blocky Rex smells the injured Toro Rosso. But he's decided to keep it clean. Oh my god, I don't know where he is. Let me guess, is he going to spawn like 3 yards behind him now or something? I don't know. It's just... Oh my god, he's just all over the place. I can't look at it. Just put him down. But this is what we're looking at. Pure gold on Blocky Rex. We just see him moved by X Revolution. Oh no, Zach Crichton on X Revolution. But we'll leave it off them because they're having too much camera time. BKXI has lost a huge amount of pace towards them. Oh, huge dive bomb by Blocky. Or is he behind him? Or is he in front of him? But now he's into the wall. No, he's not on the wall. Now he's on the grass. And he's back on the track. Where is he? As we go back to the top, his X Revolution potentially got around the outside here on the left-hander into turn 5, as he won't, so he'll stay behind him. We have a total of 5 laps left. Yep. But it's not much longer to see what X Revolution is going to do, as he doesn't have any time penalties left. Zach Crime with another 3-second time penalty. That's going to drop him all the way down to potentially 5th place. X Revolution makes a move down the inside there on the medium compound tyre as he's going around. Oh, Zach Cryan catches the back end and uses all that momentum to get a great exit, surprisingly. As X Revolution is going down around the outside inside. No, he just touches the rear end. Now... Plebs making a move down Pure Gold's rear end. Oh, Wogboy makes a move around the outside. Give him the Wogboy treatment. Give him a squeeze. As Wogboy is going around the outside, with Plebs on the softer compound tyre will have more acceleration and more grip, and Wogboy has to concede that position. Now, as we toggle through, are we going to see any battles in the back of the pack? Oh, yes, we are. We have Alex NZ getting his first screen time here as he's making a huge dive bomb. That right tyre's cooked. And Lucy go for the over-under. Oh, that is just absolute fantastic work here from the yellow driver. And Lunacy's going to hold it. No! Alex is going to go through it! He's going around the inside! And he holds it. He holds it. Now. Oh, James is gone! No! James is gone! I've only just realised. Now we're looking at Reedy for pole here. As... X Revolution making the same move he's done for the last 5 laps. down the inside. He's not going to hold it because he's in hot lap mode, but he has 6 seconds worth of time penalties. X-Revolution, do a Zach, just chill behind you and get the win. Oh, it's Toddy thinking about going for it as well. Everyone having a lock-up sesh. Gaming Burger still chilling behind, not doing much of a job, but pure gold. Here is Wogboy, gets a better run. It's basically the same moves, same drivers. Lunacy gets a 3-second time penalty. SD's making a move now. Oh my god, look at this view from the back. We'll stay on board with our Tonky here. Oh, Alex! Oh, running it close. Lunacy giving him plenty of space as we stay on board with our Tonky here. Lunacy not having the best run-ins into this turn. BKXI 3-second time penalty is going to knock him down to maybe 9th, but it depends on more penalties. Lunacy, surely not. Yeah, wise decision there, young blood. Keep it for the DRS zone, and obviously we have the top 3 still battling. Oh my god, this view from the back. It's looking thick. Surely one of these drivers are going to make a mistake, and there we go! Oh, Toddy! Hitting the side pod! But he holds the car together, doesn't spin the whole car around. So surely we are going to see a car pile up for this race. We'll stay on board with Game Burger as it gives us a good position of all the drivers and where they are. Now, we're going into the second last lap of the Grand Prix and the 25% race here at Esports. It seems like Game Burger just doesn't have the straight line speed compared to the rest of these drivers, but he's composed, he's holding his position. Oh, he gets a little bit sideways, so we'll go to X-Revolution here. Toddy! A little bit of a drift. X-Revolution might want to pounce on one of these drivers, because I don't think Toddy's got any time penalties, and I don't have the time to go and look at them. Oh, look at this fantastic view from the back. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at this image. I can't even compose myself. Oh, his Game Burger just shows. Maybe he's got... Oh! Oh, Zachy boy. Putting the car on edge. Surely X-Revolution is thinking about a move. Surely Toddy is not taking another event win. The 2 people in P1 and 2 are the only people to take these D&E Sports events and absolutely demolish them. Toddy won the 100% race in Australia for the Tribute, and Zach Crichton was the overall champion for the 3-lap championship. Now X-Revolution, is he going to put himself in the social distancing champ as he goes down around the outside? Zach Crichton is holding his position nicely. Gaming Burger finally wants to pounce on these drivers, going into overtake and hot lap. Toddy's running away with this already with a full second ahead. Next Revolution, he's going to hold it down. Oh, look at this lockup by both these drivers. They're just putting the car on tilt. Look at Toddy, just absolutely enjoying this as we're going around the outside here. Surely there's going to be an incident between these two. Look at the respect and the space they are giving each other. Look at this view side by side in the second sector. Now X-Revolution has the optimal line on this right-hander. Surely Zach is not going to send it. He sends it! Surely there's going to be contact. He forces him out wide. Look at this! Oh, Zach Crichton holds it together! As obviously Toddy crosses the line, but look at this! Oh, wow, Plebs jumps to second place! No penalties! The man! The myth! It's good to see that he's actually brought his car home for the first time in a while. But now... Oh, look at this carnage! Oh, Jesus! Oh my god! They're dead! They're dead! Oh, look! Now we have the battle for P1 for the next race. Reedy is going into P1. if he can bring it across the line, very angry side pod. The only reason why he hasn't DNF'd the car and enjoyed the rest of this Grand Prix is to start in P2. Is he going to send it into the car? Bang! He does it! Now, Reedy, are you going to follow up with a more spectacular ending? Surely send it. Oh, it's ghosted. You've pulled me to the edge. But that is the first race. As we have some comments on the stream from Jimmy James, Reedy ran off track, unfortunately, tried to get back on the racing line, which I already chose to go off after seeing him and couldn't avoid the contact. Oh, that's just a shame, Reedy. You absolute bot. His plebs running a setup because he pulled away like crazy. That is just, I believe you can just say it's raw pace since it is fixed setups. Zach Crichton comes in with best racing, but obviously dropped down in some positions because of his time penalties. And will JMO join as guest commentator? I wouldn't mind seeing him commentate in a league and then bringing him up to these events, because when I do these events, I usually want to do it by myself due to the fact that I'm going to be extremely loud and on the edge every 2 seconds, so I can't really bring it in conversation with these drivers. But I wouldn't mind JMO coming in for maybe a tier 2 commentator sesh with Zaki Boy and maybe Toddy to see if he's got some cojones for a full 50% race commentating sesh. But as we look at the top 10, we have Toddy in P1, Plebs, X-Revolution, Gaming Burger, Pure Gold, Zach Crichton, Wogboy, Blocky, BKXI, and Alex 96NZ. Obviously, it's going to be a reverse grid, so, oh my god, it's going to be Monza. So, obviously, Zach Crichton knows that a reverse grid for this track is going to be more beneficial for the people winning the race. Now, the people that stayed back to get an optimal P1 start, since it's a 25% race, I wouldn't give you that 3-lap championship kind of vibe where you can just go straight through turn 1, cop 10 seconds, and just keep racing, because that advantage will be enough to win the race. But now, since we'll have some time to relax while we have a custom grid, because I think that's what it is. I believe it's a reverse grid from the winners of that race. So we'll happily chill and relax, and we'll just do some self promos. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel and liked the video, like the stream, please head over to the DN Esports main YouTube channel, and you'll see on the top right that we have an official IG page. We got that started up on Thursday, and yeah, that's where we'll be posting basically all the DN Esports stuff. So standings, one-off events, live streams. Hopefully we can get when we get over 100, we'll start using the IG channel, where you can actually view a video over 60 seconds for highlights. So all that cool stuff, getting that all sorted, and then other stuff will come out soon. Maybe a Twitter and a Facebook. Maybe not a Facebook. Maybe, who knows? And see what we start up here. But hopefully we can get this all sorted pretty quickly. But yeah, look at this. Since we are using the official points here, it's been a while since I've seen these points. Since at DN Esports we use a different point system. We use from 42 down. JMO, I'll put you on board for a T2 stream if you're available on Thursdays, and then for maybe next week on Saturday, after I see a T2 performance, we can organise something for you to host a one-off DNE event. Since I do pride myself for hosting these one-offs, I'll happily pass the torch to another candidate worthy of such events. But other things to promo, we just posted on our latest. I don't have any stream overlays, unfortunately. Do not have the techers for that. But our latest post was obviously the yellow results, which James Cruz, who is in this race, has kindly provided for the whole of the league, which is very nice of him. But yeah, we've had the page up for 3 days, and we're matching on 33. It's not bad, not bad. Now I'm wondering if people retired from the race or crashed out, will they start at the front or will they start at the back for crashing? That's a question that we'll have to see when we start up. But now I believe there's other events scheduled on this afternoon. It's not just the 225% races. I believe we have, if I try and grab some things, I believe we have jousting on the menu after these races here. So we'll go onto a nice long stretch of track. Example, Baku or China, and obviously we'll split the groups into team Mercedes, all the teams that use a Mercedes, all the teams that use Ferrari, for example, and Red Bull can just be slotted in with one of the other, probably Team Mercedes or something, and then it's head to head, basically who drives it who, full damage or simulation damage or something like that, and whoever makes it through, and then whoever wins, really, last survivor. And we also might have maybe some drive to survive, or survive to drive. Maybe afterwards. There's a few things that was messaged about what might happen, and the duration is still unknown. But as the custom grid is being sorted, some of the drivers are readying up. Seems to have the session ready by the looks of it. They're all in game chat, so they're all having a nice chat among themselves. This will be either 10 cars to DNF straight away, or we are looking at a clean race, just like Austria, except we did have a few incidents with drivers. As the session is now starting, we are finally loading up to Italy, Monza circuit. Obviously there's no qualifying because it is a reverse grid from the first event. Toddy would be at the back. I don't know if the DNF drivers will be behind them as a punishment, or because it's Monza, a punishment for them to go in the front. Obviously we have a mixed crowd here from all the way from Tier 1 all the way to DN3, which is also named as yellow. And all these drivers' range of speed is spanned out between their assists as well as just their raw pace without them. So it's always good to see when it's a mixed event like this, because you do see some really quick assist drivers put their name up, like a Gaming Burger. He's a yellow driver, but he's also in Tier 2. So as Blocky Rex has decided to finally lag out of the session, that makes a very prime opportunity for anyone that wants to join. as the drivers and the mechanics are fine-tuning their cars for the next. Fuck, I'm not Murray. That's fucking smack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, red lights, away we go. Obviously, curving Texas. Oh, so they do get to start the front. As James Cruz has already fallen down, I'm going to stay on board with James, as because we might see some chaos breaking early. Oh, look at that! James Cruz has sent it! El Tonki decides to send it. We're gonna. Oh, look at this! Someone's at the pits. That's Blocky Rex. He's obviously missing out on this race. El Tonki decides to just cut the track and take his 10-second time penalty. Just where to look. We'll look on board with the 2 Ferraris. Here we go. Slots in behind. We toggle through. Look at that. Oh, we have a Williams. Chase gone. Williams. Oh! Look at that. And Blocky Rex is chilling. But we're back in the action. Alex NZ's all caught up. Same with X Revolution. We have a car gone wide. It's El Tonki. He took advantage. And he gets another 10-second time penalty. Might as well retire, mate. Go home. As we go through. Oh! Look at this. Look at this pool. Oh! James Cruz into the wall. What are you doing? Oh! You're gonna die. Look at this view from the drivers. But look at Curving Texas. He's enjoying this view. 2 Ferraris. Hopefully we can see maybe a 1-2 finish between these drivers. Hopefully they don't get caught up into turn 1. As we'll go on board with Unit, as he looks like he's going to go down the inside. Oh, he cuts the circuit to give him plenty of space. And he runs off wide, side pod, wide. Reedy takes advantage. We'll go down to Lunacy. Seems to be a battle with Pure Gold here, so we'll stay on board with Wogboy. As Pure has already settled himself in front of Lunacy here. Wogboy, is he going to be Cool Karma Collective, or is he going to jump straight into overtaking straight away? As we have the first 3-4 drivers pit. Obviously Blocky is in the pits all the time. Oh, look at this run from Pure Gold. Lunacy closes the door. Wogboy gets a lot better of a run. Goes into overtake. Oh! Oh, Blue Lunacy, what are you doing, lad? Oh, God, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, my God! What has happened? Lunacy, mate, were you sleeping? What were you doing, lad? Oh, mate, that's absolutely butchered this race. And we have a safety car in a 25% race. Oh. What the fuck? It's that Monza, man. Oh, this is gonna be a boring 2 laps. This is obviously Curving Texas decides to start cutting the track. But very lazy tail is ghosted. Obviously, he has to. Is he staying behind the safety car? Or is he letting him go? Green light, go! Go past the safety car, my friend. Get into the back of that grid. Now, as Curving Texas is the leader, but hasn't pit. Let's see if anyone has pitted. Yeah, the top 3 decided to not pit. Now, they must have been just past the pit lane, obviously, so they didn't get to see that. But, wow. A safety car. At Monza. 25% race. So, as we give you a nice cinematic shot of the safety car leading up to these 2 laps, because I believe it's going to be potentially 3 on how far away these drivers are, because obviously a very lazy Tau will be opting for a pit. I think I might go get a drink and I'll be back. Hopefully it doesn't start straight away, or else I'm looking like a clown. And they're still going round. Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Very angry Cypod. We ask you to stay behind SD Big Cheek and get ready for the restart, as we want you to Forza Ferrari to the end of the race. Forza Ferrari 1-2 unit, we ask you to start pushing now and start making moves once the restart begins. Now, as we heard the comms from the Very Angry Sidepod team, we are seeing the restart. Is it premature? It seemed they might have been capped on speed, but look at this move! Sidepod's already making a move, making it 3 wide! Down into the first turn, and we're going to see an optimal 4-man take! Oh, what a move! Oh my god, he goes over the top of him! Wow, what a move! What a move! Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen. Now that is how you make a move down the inside. Forza Ferrari is now pushing. Big Cheeks, the Alpha partnered team with Ferrari, is now behind. So we have a looking like a pretty good finish here, as now we've seen all the moves being done from the back side of the grid here, as we got yellow flags in Sector 2. It was a Haas. Pure Gold is now just absolutely lost the plot. But look at these drivers now. Hopefully there's not another safety car for this race, because Codemasters has said you can have a max of 2 in a 25% race. As we've seen a move by Toddy down the inside here by X Revolution. They've got Reedy and Wogboy in front of them, as Toddy has the optimal grip on the soft compound tyres for the end of the race compared to the mediums. But look at this, Reedy is now just being swamped. Oh my god, Toddy, surely you're not making a move there! Reedy doesn't have to give him that space, as Toddy just forces himself down the inside, or forcing Reedy to cut the track. Toddy has no right to even push it to try and squeeze himself through there, and Reedy's gone and lost 4 positions because of it. Oh, Toddy, you absolute bully. Now, Plebs making down a move down the inside here on X Revolution, slots himself in front of the soft compound tyres, locking up the rear and the front. Very Lazy Towel is into 14th position, having the fastest lap on the 1:23 because of the clean air. Yellow flags in Sector 1. What's going on here? Nothing. Odd. Wait, we have a Haas. Yeah, Pure Gold's gone. But look at this battle at the back of the pack. All of them on fresh softs. Very Angry Sidepod is in the lead of this Grand Prix. Last time he was in the lead of a Grand Prix was at Austria, funny enough, in the last race in yellow. And unfortunately lost the back end of his car, catching the curb and spinning, losing his front wing. Hopefully he can keep his momentum on this track as DRS is enabled, but he's out of that 1 second range, so hopefully these two drivers start battling as Toddy's making a dive down around the outside here, and he easily does. Now with Toddy's pace, he's already nearly trying to get within that 1 second range. He'll start really pushing now. Let's just get his telemetry up. Yeah, he's really pushing. 7%, already back in that 1 second range. Big Chink enjoying that slipstream. Curving Texas, and we're all behind. Oh, Plebs is making a big dive bomb here. Wow, look at that huge lock up. He's rejoined the track at a certain angle where he will lose a lot of momentum. He's enjoying this battle as he's slipping through the middle of the pack here, as obviously Dr. Dre is obviously right behind him as well. Now I didn't see Blocky Rex decide to rejoin, as Very Lazy Tail is using the most optimal line of the circuit and cutting corners. Now Plebs making a move down the inside here, easily done. Oh, X-Revolution's joining in as well. Look at that corner cut. That is some optimal line that I've never seen, ladies and gentlemen. As Wogboy obviously gets a cleaner run out there on the softer compound. BKXI has left the session on his own free will, or he looks like he's been kicked. Oh my god, Dre, look at that! He came out of nowhere! Oh! What a move, lad. What a move, mate! As Unit and BKXI started to really know each other. As Toddy's already into the DRS zone, a Very Angry Sidepod. Are we going to see anything ridiculous from this lad? No, as he locks up, obviously gets a cleaner run, as Very Angry Sidepod goes extremely defensive. Oh, Big Jig decides to go and cut the track. As we have yellow flags in Sector 2, it's pure gold. Oh, mate, he's lost his full front wing. And there's a tyre to good measure. Good little tyre tuck. As Toddy has decided to go... Oh, we have a virtual safety car because of it. Oh, wow. James Cruz for speeding into the pit lane. BKXI has rejoined, so obviously he was just DC'd. People watching the stream, put your predictions down as we go through this virtual safety car as it ends now. Oh my god, what a run from Toddy! Use that virtual safety car to perfection! I was going to say put your predictions down for your top 3 because this is getting interesting. But look at Toddy running away with it like it's nothing. He's already gained nearly 7 tenths. He's over 7 tenths now. As SD is now fallen behind. Unit has now DNF'd from the session in the pit lane. Very nice. Very nice. Very professional. As we have Dre in this conga line with the rest. So anyone getting time penalties will be obviously dropping down the pack quite heavily. James for podium. We would have to see a nuke get dropped on these drivers to see that potentially happen. As Dre decides to cut across the track, X-Revolution goes across. James with the 3-second time penalty, so he's basically out because of that time penalty alone. Yellow flags in Sector 3. It is... Wait. Did someone try and join the pit lane crash? It was Kevin Texas. He's retired from the session in the pit lane. Or maybe just outside the pit lane. Let's have a look here. Oh, he's in the middle of the track! Whoa! Cutting it close! Surely not another safety car comes out. Because if another safety car comes out, that's going to be 2 laps. Potentially 3 laps on the safety car. Oh, good, thank God. SD is now in the DRS of Very Angry Sidepod here. Getting more of an optimal line compared to him. Oh, good catch! That's a KFC classic catch right there. As Pleb saw the classic catch, and he's now making a move. He's still holding all that ERS, as X-Revolution is dropped down a full 1.5 seconds. Wogboy and the 2 racing points actually have decided to team up on X-Revolution. They see an injured horse, as Wogboy decides to not turn on his DRS, as he lets Gameyburger go by, so maybe he was letting go to start saving, potentially, but he's still got plenty. As Dr. Dre decides to put himself back in the race, cuts the whole of the first turn, putting himself in P2, and makes a Very Angry Sidepod more angry as he's caught up with all these drivers now. Look at this! Oh, Plebs decided to get himself rejoined with it. What is going on? I thought I saw somewhere on the forum that it was meant to be clean driving. Race serious for the 25 lappers. How is that serious? Dre! Mate! Sidepods, Very Angry Sidepod's going to be very angry indeed, dropping 2 positions from all of that. As Plebs and Dre have decided to start driving normally now. I would have thought they might have been starting to do triple moves, maybe start doing some pit lane maneuvers, start banging each other side by side. As X-Revolution's finally fallen to both of the racing points. Seems to be an injured horse in all this, just doesn't have the pace here. Sidepod is inside of the DRS of Dre. He knows he's got them on time penalties. He'll jump him back himself into second, depending on what plebs is on. Very angry, very lazy Tower decides to go and cut Sector 2 quite heavily, as Dre is getting caught up in side pod, causing him to get wing damage. He's lost an end plate from it. Oh, and Big Cheese is going to take advantage of this. Oh my god, here we go. Are we going to see anyone? Oh! Zach Crichton's now ghosted. He's on the wet compound tyre, so he's enjoying himself. It's a good thing ghosting's on for these small events, and Reedy decides he wants to be more involved in the race. He does a 10-second corner cut. As Dre's obviously slotted himself into P3 for the moment. Obviously locks up into the gravel. Let's see how he rejoins here, because he's got a very angry side pod next to him. Oh, now he decides to drive clean, but he's lost the back end! Oh, he's hit Gamer Burger! And Wogboy to follow up! Wogboy's out clean! Look at this carnage! Dre putting himself in a position where he shouldn't have been. Rejoins safely. In quotation marks, he rejoins safely, and then loses the back end and catches a Gaming Burger who was driving magnificently throughout this 25% social distancing Saturday's event. As Alex has just had a nothing race in P9. As Wogboy's... Oh, he's actually lost an end plate from that, as he lets X-Revolution go past. But the main... As Zach Crichton decides to DNF for these wet tyre compound, as I didn't give him any screen time, he was obviously watching. But it really shows if he doesn't have a good starting position, he really just can't perform. As now SD and Very Angry Sidepod are still battling it out here for basically P3. Yes, we are seeing some comments on the reaction of Dre putting himself in a position where he shouldn't have been, when clearly the event was to race seriously. Obviously, to an extent, you can cut the corner, of course, but don't put yourself in a position where you're going to ruin someone else's driving experience. As we have yellow flags in Sector 1. Don't see anything too bad. But obviously Toddy won the first race, and he's going across the line for his final lap of the Grand Prix with a 2-second advantage. It just depends on time penalties. Very Angry Sidepod has had a very consistent race, even with the Joker popping up. Corner cut in the first one, as SD's going to make a move around the outside. Oh, there's not a lot of room here. Not a lot of room. Look at the lockup. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. He put his foot down too heavy. Tyre spin and all. He just loses the back end there. And our Sidepod is now laughing his way to P2 potentially, if we notice that Plebs also did the corner cut, but I can't remember. But Sidepod just gets a 3-second time penalty, putting Next Revolution into this battle for a tension of a top 3 finish. And Wogboy, who survived that huge Dre incident, has put himself into P5. Alex has made a move on a very injured SD there. And we have a Dre who's now decided to put on the wet compound tyre. Oh, Alex is off the circuit now. Oh no. The nothing race has turned into a more of a tragic race for the driver. X-Revolution is now creeping on a very angry side pod. But will X-Revolution have any penalties? Very angry side pod crosses the line in third place. Doesn't jump, but X-Revolution jumps him. And Very Angry Side Pod starting P2, finishes in P4. Plebs has slotted himself in P2, and Toddy from the back of the grid has finished in P1. Really shows the difference of these Tier 1 drivers, when a driver starting from the back of the grid goes back-to-back P1s starting from the front to the back, whereas you start to see the more lackluster wet compound drivers struggling to make more than 2 moves in a race. Now, as we have James Cruz, we'll give him some time. We'll give him a nice cinematic to round out nearly this 1 hour stream from DNE Sports, the Social Distancing Saturdays, which is a concept also brought up by Zach Cryan, who was a DNF'd wet compound driver himself, who I just absolutely took the piss on. James Chris, don't do it, lad! No! James, no! The golden boy! What are you doing, mate? But yeah, it was another concept made by Zach Cryan, which brought into effect from in DNE Sports, hosted by us, concept made by Zach. So, as that is the first 2 races done from the 25% races, obviously our winner is Toddy99. So he's gone from a 100% race champion to a 25% race champion. But unfortunately, he seems to not be winning only 50% races, so there's a niche market for him. As he did win a lot of 3-lap championships as well, but wasn't the full overall champion of that series. But starting 20th on the grid, 19th and 18th, look at the pure pace from them. They had penalties, but very angry Sidepod had 6 seconds worth at the end. He might have gotten penalties to avoid a driver that was cutting the track. Who knows, but he has slotted himself in P4. Lunacy, who was just... somehow he ended 5th from doing what he did to Wogboy and Zach, so I don't know how he got there. Gameberger, Wogboy just finishing side by side again. Great for constructor points. But why not look at the standings? And look at that, Alfa Romeo. He's done it at Monza. But that is the end for the 225% races. But more to continue is a possibility, as we have jousting. I'm not sure how that's going to go for stream-wise, how it's going to be for viewing. But we'll stay on board to see what it's like. And if the content or just the viewing-wise is going to be quite difficult, then I might have to cut the stream there, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, stay on board with us, as we will take a small break as the lobby decides to turn into 10 FPS and decide to not load me back out. There we go. As we take a small break, as Justin might come into this play. As we have a few comments on the Discord as well as the stream. We have Toddy's the MVP. Yep, very much. Banner worthy, definitely not, as this is going to be probably maybe a continuous series on DNE Sports. As since we are at these troubling times of staying indoors, so great name as well as a great concept. Just for a nice chilled sesh with the boys. As we still have all the drivers in, so there might be an announcement made by Zach Cryan on what his intentions are. As we've gone to Bahrain short, so jousting is on the table, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see how this pans out. Hopefully hopefully Zach is watching this stream, and hopefully he can maybe give me some details on what the team's got to look like, and maybe a little bit of details on obviously teams and how it's performed. If they put their tyres on 100% before doing it, so if before they even hit each other, they might pop a tyre or etc. But I might actually turn on... Can I turn on... No, I can't from here. That's a shame. Oh, so this is the circuits. We've got Bahrain short, Britain short, and USA short. We might be doing some 3-lap championships here, ladies and gentlemen, actually. Doing a short list. Maybe. Hopefully one of the drivers can fill me in, as they're all in game chat. I'm most likely going to a PSN chat at the moment. But while they set this up, I'll be right back. Enjoy the sound of absolutely nothing, because I have game sound off. Well, main music off, so enjoy silence for a little bit. Actually, no, I've got something. Let's see what this sounds like, but enjoy. As we are back, hopefully that was either not too loud or not too soft, or maybe you just didn't hear it. But I wonder what they're doing here. Three lappers and then F1 games. That is on the menu tonight. Oh, we have Kirby Texas on the starting grid. James Cruz, I guess, is a reverse grid. Banana Cake Price decided to join, so hopefully he can start. We'll go on board with him. Jesus, a lot of things to catch up on. Oh, everyone through. Kind of. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at them go. Some of them have forgot that it's short, maybe. Oh, he's gone. He sent it. Oh, my God. We have a few drivers that have absolutely forgotten about it being short. Look at the carnage! They're all dead! Look at him! He doesn't even want to move! As we keep going on board, side by side. Oh, he doesn't catch the side. Look at the lockup! James Cruz was battling with pure. Oh, look at that! SD's gone. Spins it around. Oh, look at that! Oh, I thought something was gonna happen. I was just getting all excited. Zach Ryan decides to take an extremely wide line there. Very angry side pod in P2. And we'll just keep toggling through. Oh, look at that! What is that? Look at this fish! This absolute salmon! As we have SD. Oh, no! Oh, I thought he was going to send it. Oh, I was a bit scared there. Is he going to start doing some more wiggles for us? Yes, he is, ladies and gentlemen! Oh, no, he's lost it! He did too much shaking! Oh, no, can he keep it? Oh, he's gone! As we'll go on board with Lunacy on the back here. Oh, he gives James a very nice little side bump there. I don't think James Cruz was very happy about that. And that's the gravel. No, he doesn't touch it. Oh, welcome back, Dre. Thought you would have been kicked. As we keep going, Banana Cake Pie, starting from 20th on the grid, is now into P7 as Kevin Texas improves his time, and we have a lot of other people improving their time quite heavily. That's what I'm talking about. And any other drivers thinking about sending it one more time? Plebs and Lunacy getting to know each other. Lunacy with a nice touch! Oh, Plebs! Mate, what fucking techers do you have in your back pocket? You can keep your car straight when you get hit, but not when you have 120-degree tyres. Holy shit, mate. Lunacy. You're getting your braking zones all mixed up. Oh, Tao's still going around in circles. Ghosting's on. Big Chich and James Cruz. Oh, Game Burger has to let go. Oh, Big Chich. Oh, look at him go. Oh, Big Chich is joined back. Oh, my God. Oh, no blindside from there. Reedy and Log Boy. Oh, Reedy! Reedy and P3. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, suck on that, Zach and Log Boy. You fucking losers. Cypod stays in P2. Kevin Texas holds out his position the entire way through. As we have Unit finishing out our first 3-lapper short race at Bahrain. Now, how's he going to finish this? Straight line it, because there's no points. Potentially just go into the pits, slam that shit in reverse. Or just cross the line like an absolute normie. I'm going to go with the latter here. That rounds out the first 3-lapper. Now, don't get mixed up with the 3-lap championship. You can see that on our YouTube channel in video somewhere. It doesn't have its own playlist, but there is 2 parts to that. As we'll go on the standings, because constructors is the most important thing when it comes to these 3-lappers, and we have Haas with 33 points. We have McLaren on 19, 18 points between Mercedes and Ferrari, and we have Racing Point on 11, and then the battle at the bottom is 2-1-0-0-0. So not bad. But yeah, Haas just absolutely rolling it away because obviously they came first and the other car was somewhere at the bottom of the grid, probably around 6th. As we go on to Japan Short, one of my favorite short tracks next to Silverstone Short. This will be one of 2 ways. More than 3 people send it down into the first turn of the first and second lap, or it's got to be the most phenomenal clean racing experience ever. Now, hopefully someone forgets, but hopefully they don't, because there's a bit of a pattern here with all these races. So hopefully everyone just readies up straight away and gets straight into it. As we have the drivers ready up, Reedy put in an absolute phenomenal performance in getting the podium in his first 3-lap race. He's decided to hold out on his points and podiums when it becomes an unofficial, but as soon as we make an official one during the off-season, he will decide to not show up and only pull a total of 15 points. Now we'll go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, as we have Gaming Burger Plebs and James Cruz. So I'm going to stay on board with Jamesy as he gets a shocking start, but let's see what happens with James Cruz. Look at this! James Cruz parks the car perfectly. Oh, I think I might just stay on board with James Cruz throughout this whole race. Look at these. Oh, he's losing a lot of spots here as he's going around. Look at this. I don't care about the carnage around him. I just want to see what it's like to be James Cruz for one lap as they're going around into the short circuit. It's just one sector, but they decided to split it up of this whole to be sector 2. Someone has already forgotten. Respawns onto the track. James Cruz has dropped down a total of 7 positions. Look at the gap that's already formed as James Cruz is now going into lap 2 of the Japan short race as Pure Gold's making a move. But if you stay on board with James Cruz for this entire race, as he's holding his position against Banana Cake Pie, as Banana Cake Pie seems to be... Oh, he's forced him off the track! You can't be doing that to my boy. Oh, as we have an Alpha Coil right behind James Cruz. Now, James Cruz has got Big Cheech behind him as he's staying on the curb. As he's going around very young side, put retires. James Cruz around the outside. Gets taken around the inside there. He's forced an El Tonki off the track. Now, El Tonki's finally decided that it is a short circuit, so he'll turn inside. As James Cruz now fall into 14th. Now, he needs to get 4 more positions as he's got it by 2 more positions back into P12. Now, are we going to see James Cruz get some points here as he's driving down for the first turn of the final lap as Alex fucking sends it down going into the P12, but hopefully there's some team orders here and lets him go. Oh no, his team orders have been shut down. He's gone. No, my boy. Quickly get that car around. You're in 12th, mate. Oh no, we're not looking at any points here as the race is already over. James Gaming Burger P1, Blaze P2, X Revolution P3, 4 is Wog Boy, Pure Gold and P5, Very Lazy Dell P6, Kevin Texas P7, Unit Grino 8th, Reedy 9th, getting back in points, Big Cheech 10th to round out the points. But mate, our main highlight of today, leave my boy alone. Yeah, let him go. Oh wow, what is he doing? He's got accelerator and the brake on at the same time. That's something new. James, he's gone down a huge amount of positions, nearly 13 spots. Oh, what a race. We have someone practicing their starts, because obviously from the events that happened in Tier 2 on Thursday, we had BK accelerate a bit too soon and put that throttle down a bit too heavy. So he decided to spin the car and decided to take out 5 other people, which obviously issued our first ever race restart. You can obviously catch up on that video if you would like to see it. But it's good to see that he's practicing. Obviously, he did cross the line. And to soften the blow to him, he did choose the wrong compound, so he had to go to the back. But yeah, that T2 starting race was a bit shambles. But it's good to see that BK is starting to practice his race starts, because we wouldn't want to see any of those again. As our main driver, James Cruz, has decided to not get on the points, which is the biggest shock of them all. We had a lot of hope for him starting him in 3rd on a track we can really just block. But yeah. Now we'll go to the constructors. Oh, we have a big draw here, ladies and gentlemen. We have Racing Point on 49 points, drawing with Haas on the same. We have also McLaren and Renault chasing. Renault's gone up 2 positions because McLaren and Ferrari have decided to not get a huge amount of points today. McLaren on 36 points, being 13 points behind the leaders, which is on a draw at the moment. So that's going to be a big catch-up for Team Ferrari and Mercedes, but with points that are both on 0, Team Red Bull overall, Toro Rosso and Red Bull just are both on 0 points. But we're going on to Britain Short, or Silverstone Short circuit. Like to see how the random grid goes, as we're seeing some team moves here, ladies and gentlemen. We have, I believe I just saw a toggle from a very Lazy Towel go from Team Renault to Mercedes, if my memory serves me wrong. believe that's the rest of the team all sorted. I don't think there's any more team jumps. We also have a Alpha on standby. As well, lights are on, away we go. Reedy jump started heavily there, as James Cruz had a great start. Look at him go! Oh no! As I say it again, my boy's gone. Oh, is he gonna send it? Oh, there he goes! It's a short circuit, lad. Keep going. Keep pushing, James. I can't give him all the camera time this time. Oh, there we go! There we go! There we go! More carnage at the back of the grid. As it was a unit grinner, I believe. But now look at this. Racing Point slicing through the grid, getting caught up behind a pleb. As he's going around the outside here, ladies and gentlemen, as he's going hard on the braking. Look at that. Look at the view from side point. He's gonna make a triple move, is he? Gets 1, 2. Oh no, he's caught the curb! Oh dearie me! He's brought it across the track. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna kill someone? Let's stay on board. He seems to be using all of the track. He's still... Oh, here we go! He's found a target! Bang! Contact! 10 points! 10 points! Kills him! Oh, look at him go! He's still he's still going! As we go back. Oh, Banana Cake Pie showing his pace on 3 laps. As Kevin Texas decides to pit. So now Banana Cake Pie has taken the lead of this race by a good 4 seconds, I believe. As X-Crimes decided to start doing some drifting. BKXI falling behind. Dre's affiliated himself with 10-second time penalties again. Wogboy chasing down X-Revolution here. Lunacy cutting the track. It's only 3 laps, so penalties matter. Look at this line from Wogboy, so much cleaner towards the others. Oh, this toe is just fantastic. Look at this. Lunacy's getting swamped. What is he going to do? Wogboy making a move. He's going to make a double move. It is the last lap. Oh my god, we just saw him go flying. What's Tao going to do? The very angry gang. Is he going to send it? No, he does lock up. I thought he might have gone bowling. Zach Crine's showing off with his drifting. Look at that. Look at the drift. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. Mate. That was a fucking great drift. At least he's practicing on softs. Having some fun with it. But that's the end of the race there. Most of the race happened quite... All these races are really quick, so... It's better to stay on one driver rather than toggling every 2 seconds on another battle.
Let's have a look at the constructors. Oh, Racing Point. Look at that. They've absolutely smashed it this race. Huge amount of points for the team. Getting a total of 83. There were a draw last race. But now they're 31 points ahead with Haas on 52. Only I think 1 point from that race. Renault jumping through the ranks on 51 points. 32 points behind the leader. And Mercedes and Ferrari still P5 and 6. But Alpha's got their first lot of points. But now we want to see Red Bull. And I believe the team Red Bull... Obviously, it's James Cruz. Let's have a look. And Alex. Oh, that's why he's saying James Cruz score his first points. Now, USA Short is going to be quite phenomenal due to the fact that it's going to be a lot of penalties in a shorter period of time. And it's a huge braking zone after that first half of the S's. So... we'll see how the drivers stay within those lines there. But look at that. Racing Point just absolutely stealing this one. Ah, okay, but that's not needed. Oh, you fuck. Shame Racing Point doesn't have 2 drivers in the top 2 in Diamond. Yep, unfortunately. It's beyond my caliber to stay within that top 10. But, improving... getting across the line is an improvement. As we have the final short circuit on the calendar before we start going into jousting on how that looks. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Alex is on his first load of points. We have someone pulled to the side straight away. I believe that's Lunacy's decided to give all that position. So... oh, that's what... mate, if you turned... oh... tell mate, you should have seen that they had ghosting turned on, you clown. You just look like an absolute fool. Now going into the first load of S's here, Pure Gold's decided to go and take the optimal line. As Very Angry Sidepod has now dropped a few places next to Ferrari, his teammate. Oh, Greeno decides to turn in and just collect both drivers. It's quite a hard track to give space on, knowing that this track is basically you can have 3 wide throughout the whole circuit. But we'll keep going through because there's a lot of racing. Oh, there we go. Oh! James Cruz. Not James Cruz. Fucking Alex just parks it. I think Alex is trying to help James Cruz go up in the ranks to try and get his teammates some points. As Very Angry Sidepod got away with that as he decides to just do a cheeky corner cut. Oh, look at this. Alex is moving all left and right. Let's stay on board with Alex here. We might see some absolute techies here with a 2K wheel. And we're going to see some Banana Cake Pie putting himself in a very awkward angle to come try and turn in that car. Oh, there we go. Doesn't take much to lose the car there. And he comes back onto the circuit. Oh, yeah. I think his own teammate just cleared him up. Alrighty. James Cruz is nearly inching himself into the top 10 as BKXI is now out of the race. Dre's also out of the race by the looks of it. No, he's reversing. He's still alive. Very Angry Sidepod is now out of the race. James Cruz is going to go right past BKXI into the 13th position. Oh, wow. So is there anyone actually battling right now? Ah. Oh, Zach Grimes decided to maybe start doing some drifts. Give me a display. Oh, look at him go. Hold it. No. Come on, Zachy boy. The camera's on you. Let's see some drifts. Oh, that's not... That's shit. Enjoying that, everyone? As he sends it on to JMO there on his first race. This is what happens when the game doesn't give me a different camera angle. Oh, he tried to drift! Oh no, he's gonna keep flat! Oh, he's gone, but still in the race, funny enough, as he comes back onto the circuit missing the Haas. But James Cruz is creeping to that top 10 position as Reedy's now disqualified. So all James Cruz has to do is cross the line and not get disqualified from the session to get... No, James, what are you doing? Stop it! All he has to do is just cross the line to get his first and only points in the 3-lappers. James! What are you doing, James? Bring it home, and that's an order. All you have to do is cross the line. You stay on the fucking circuit. You're getting 2 points from this race. James, don't do it. Don't do it. What's Zach doing? Okay, Zach's gotta wait. Don't you dare fucking do it to me, James. Don't you get disqualified now? You hear? Don't do it, James. Don't do it. Don't you dare send it into the wall. Yes, James Cruz. Yeah, 9th place. So there isn't much happening in that at all, chat-wise. As there was a small discussion being made, but there wasn't much following up on that. I had a brief listen to the conversation. But finally, James Cruz crosses the line with 14 points, nearly on that disqualification, but gets across the line with his first set of points. Good day for Red Bull. Get them all the points on the last bit. Oh, actually, for constructors, let's have a look. Red Bull jump all the way to 7th. And that was their only set of points. Absolutely massive. And that was the end of that championship. We finished all of the short circuits, as you can see. Now, I want to have a quick look at what their jousting is. Now, concept-wise, sounds like a really good idea, but spectating-wise, it's got to be something else to watch. So, we'll stay tuned. We'll go on a short break until that is organised. I'll give you back the tunes from before. So sit back and relax while we get the lobby sorted up. Fuck yeah, gets more distorted over time. If you all knew, if you knew. So, have we started yet? Have a driver readying up. I just listened back to the stream. It got more distorted over time. Fucking hell, that's fucking funny. Maybe I shouldn't have clicked on the main mix. As we seem to still have the session getting ready, um, I'll just continue my walkabout and we'll just listen to some nice tunes. Listen to the most popular song ever made as the drivers are rating up. Looks like we're doing some bull rush. I have no fucking clue. But let's have a watch. As we have been streaming for 96 minutes, for all the viewers watching, I'd like to say thank you for staying this long when we had the traditional social distancing Saturday event, which was the 225% roses, and then we did a spontaneous. We also followed up with some few short lap, 3-lap races. Now, obviously, with this, the drivers are not going to go straight away. We've got to have a few drivers do the old spin around. Yeah, you can see some of them stopping on the grid. As they are... Oh, there's already a few touches here. Maybe SidePod doesn't realise what's going on as they are getting into formation. Oh, there's more contact being made with these drivers spinning the car around, making their car less medically sound for this joust. Now, it's Bull Rush. Now, I don't know if it's a 1-1-1 kind of event, but we'll go down to see how far these guys are going. Oh yeah, they're going all the way down. That's good. Yep, using all of the track. Obviously rules are off, so the drivers are allowed to do that. But viewing wise, it's actually quite good. I wouldn't mind if these drivers got into a really fucking cool formation like the Flying V's from the Mighty Ducks or something. If they're listening, that'd be fucking pretty intense. If they just had like the silver arrows in formation with the Ferraris behind with Team Red Bull, because you've got the top 4 flight here. I think that's what they're trying to maybe set up now. Get into a Flying V, boys. As someone's already pulled the gun. No, he's just drifting. Maybe they're getting their tyres nice and warm. So these guys are learning how to park. Yep, get the car all lined up. Oh, they're using all of the track now, getting into formation on the circuit here. There's plenty of guidelines. They're either got to stay on the line or maybe go in between it. But maybe we have a... Maybe someone wants to do something a little bit different as he is about to flex. He's getting his tyres nice and cooked. I guess maybe they're trying to get their tyres to 100%. As Banana Cake Pie has decided to just join this group, as he finally has. He's finally figured out that he is part of this team. So that's good to see, as they've all decided to get into the back wall. But I'm still unsure what they're really doing here, if one of the drivers could fill me in. Now, we'll go to the other side. The other side is more contempt of staying in one position. So obviously, my money... Oh, is they all going? They're all off! Oh, they're already taking out his own teammates, these clowns! Let's go with the other group. Oh, look at this! Formation! Oh my god, this is just going to be a... Oh my god, they're already broken formation. Unigrero's already out from their own teammate. Oh no, there's already some cracks in the wall. Here we go! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god, there's one survivor! Oh my god, he's gonna... Ding! He gets on the ground. Oh my god! Oh my god! They're dead! They're broken in half! Oh my god, out of nowhere! As the driver, I believe, that went around nice and clean was surprisingly. So they're ready for round 2. Oh! Plebs is in the wall. Oh, there we go. So the drivers that did survive. Looks like we have a 4-to-3 ratio, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. That is a scary angle. I've seen the cars just charge into battle. We have the 4 horsemen versus the 3 wise men going into battle as they're going through the carnage and the dead bodies of their past teammates as they're going down. Oh no, there we go. We have a curving Texas gone. They have cut, the 3 wise men have cut the teams down to an even battle. So, the 4 horsemen have been cut in half into 2. As the 3 wise men have going to compose themselves into maybe possibly the last stint into this long straight into battle with the who would have thought that the Game Burger and Dre would have been oh my god, the damage difference between these drivers is just huge, as these two have obviously looked like they've got a cleaner setup compared to these two, but maybe No Wing is going to be better as we go on board with Plebs here, as he seems to be the one that's dragging behind, maybe for a safer option. Oh, they both dodge each other! Contact! Oh! He's got his car sound! It's all fine here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Is Jay okay? No, is Gameburger okay? He's lost his entire front wing now. So it's an even let me get it out. It's now even between damage-wise. Between them. So, Zach and Plevs. Gaming Burger Dre. The battle of the bottom half of the grid versus the top half of the grid. Possibly one last stint as the engines are charging, the wheels are spinning, they are off. They're just trying to keep their tyre temps in sound as Dre, as they're going into battle. One's on the outs, one's on each lane each, trying to not touch the wall. Oh! We had a fucking Renault go flying! It was a Plev! Oh, so we've cut it by half. Now, the team that had the most drivers in the first round have been cut to a total of 1 Mercedes, still with his full wing intact. Well, it seems to have an orange as he decides to reset to track. There we go, spin that car around, baby. Now, it's a 2v1. We'll go on board with the surviving team, who is just dragging their front wing across as he's still practicing these drifts, so he's seeing the bright side of his slowly destroyed team. We'll go to a point where we just see nothing but his carnage as he goes into the distance, into war. Front-on collision! Dre hits his teammate as well. It's now a one-on-one. Did Zach even have a front wing at the end of that? He's still driving around this circuit quite fucking quick, not gonna lie. Obviously, camera angles wise, it's going to give me where a car would be going past, so unfortunately I'll see if he spins around, if he's got any wing left. By the looks of it, he has no wing, so he's lost his front wing from that front-on collision with Dre. Now, both with significant damage, as the 3 wise men have now been dropped into 1. The 4 horsemen dropped into 1. Will, obviously, the Racing Point have copied Mercedes throughout. Oh, and they're gone! They're both at a draw! Zach Ryan's name popped up first. The winner! The winning team is Racing Point! The winning team is Racing Point. But obviously the standings of the people coming on board with the people obviously further on the track, which I'll look at the carnage of these cars. How have they even brought those cars there? But to me, Racing Point is the winner. So the bottom half of the grid win the first round. The 3 wise men brought it home when they had 4 against 3 at one stage. Wow. Tell you what, this jousting thing is great content. And these drivers obviously joined it themselves. We also had Toddy in the chat saying it was a Plev as well. It was beyond a shock. But obviously, we need to see who was... this is just a bad representation since it doesn't give us who was further on the board, obviously for the DNFs. But wowee. Wowee. That was something else. Great podium picture indeed. Fuck. Welcome viewers. Obviously that was the first round of the joust. And the bottom half of the grid, obviously from Racing Point, obviously McLaren's were obviously split. It was McLaren down for the first team, and obviously we have a few drivers missing, so if anyone needs an invite, so Blocky has obviously sent his plea of help, so I will happily kick him an invite right now. We are going into the final round, ladies and gentlemen, of the joust. Obviously, with drivers leaving, it's obviously a great time to cut it. But we'll finish with the final joust at Mexico. We might even have a Mexican standoff at one point where we have three teams coming in from all angles. Who knows? As we have the drivers, it seems that some of the drivers didn't survive from the first session and couldn't make it the trip to Mexico. As Blocky joined too late, so he'll have to spectate this spectacular finish here. As the drivers are setting up, it's the same teams. They want redemption. We'll have a look at the numbers wise. Maybe the numbers are even. No, we have a top 4 deficient side here. Maybe the drivers will learn not to warm up their tyres up that quickly. Keep their front wings before going into battle. As we already have a Racing Point decide to use the pits for a front wing change, maybe putting on a pair of hard compound tyres to give them that extra strength. As we're flicking through, it looks like these drivers are setting up for like a 400-meter start here. Maybe even a relay kind of thing, the way they're starting up in that statted grid now. As we'll stay on board on this fabulous photo. Look at this. Red Bull, get back in line. Get back in line. Look at that. Look at that for a screenie. That is, oh, look at them revving. That is a dangerous photo. As they're off! Hopefully we can get a view. Here we go. We have a Red Bull going into defensive reverse. Here we go! Oh, look at the carnage in the background! Look at them fly! Oh, he's gonna go! Oh! The sacrifice! He's gonna turn into each other. No, they've decided to give each other some room. How many people survived? Wow. Wait, where's a unit? Unit Grino is holding that defensive line. He's already ready. Plebs is setting up. He had a team change from that Renault. It's a 2v1. Wog Boy had the dream team before and brought it home. Plebs learning how to keep his car on track. As Wog Boy's already started to send it. The other two haven't moved yet. Wog Boy's still going. Now they're moving. It's a late start. Well, boy's going to have so much momentum. He sees him. He gets through one, he gets through the other, but hits the wall. No, he's gone. He seemed to make contact with both drivers. Now, is there going to be a duel between these drivers to finish it off? Or is that the end and it finishes with a 1-1 finish? But obviously the numbers game wins for the top four. Mercedes and Ferrari are the winners of the dueling competition for numbers wise overall. But maybe they are going to come out and do one more battle. They are. Now, we'll stay on board with the Ferrari as he does have, I believe, more of a front wing. No, they have equal wings by the looks of it. But we'll stay on board. Actually, that cinematic shot isn't too bad when he comes around the corner as he does. I would like to thank everyone for watching D&E Sports Social Distancing Saturday. I was your commentator, NBC-ALCATRAZ. Oh, the board blocked it! As players died, the Ferrari wins. I would like to say thank you for everyone watching this stream. I was your host, NBC-ALCATRAZ. Your winner for the jousting is Unit Grino. The winner for the 25% races was Toaster99. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Wednesday for the Tier 3 Yellow D&E 3 Championship. It is in... let me just double check on that one. It is in Belgium. It's in Spa, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a huge race for Yellow. Plenty of incidents following up from Hungary and Germany alike. Once again, I was your host, NBC-ALCATRAZ. I hope you guys enjoyed. These guys are celebrating. I'll see you on Wednesday. Good night.